Meghna. I recently moved to Montreal and I've spent the last 10 months figuring out my life here. In this vlog, we're gonna go through a weekend in my life. I have a few things planned this weekend, so I have to first and foremost clean my apartment. Secondly, I'm going out with some friends later, and anyways, so I had a pretty hectic work week, so my arguably too big for one person apartment needed a bit of a going over. This is the first time I have truly been living by myself, because before this I was either living with my parents or in a hostel where I was only like responsible for a room, and later I was living with a flatmate who is also my best friend, and I didn't really understand how much entropy there is in life. If I'm not constantly bringing things back together, it's going to default into chaos like instantly. So yeah, that's what has happened this week. Being fully responsible for all aspects of my life, like sleeping 8 hours, eating healthy, exercising regularly, being regular at your job, having some hobbies so that I don't burn out. You know, it is overwhelming. And as a 9-to-5 tech person, the only real time that I get to myself is on the weekends. So I've been trying to get this balance between, you know, get out there and have some fun and meet your friends and socialize and go to all of these events, versus, you know, just get your life back together. And as you can see, it's a work in progress. While house chores are hands down the most boring part of adulting, as if there is anything much to like about adulting, I have been having a change of heart where I'm viewing house chores more as self-care. So if I do the dishes, I am not seeing it as something that I'm doing for someone else rather than something that I'm doing for myself. At the expense of sounding like my mother, it gives me immense satisfaction when the dishes are washed and put away, my surfaces are clean, floors are sparkling. It's a very adult thing to be happy about, but it really does make me feel like my life is together. I don't know, man. It helps. Also, it's a nice reset for the upcoming week, because if I have dishes piled up from the last week or the weekend into my next week, I'm gonna feel like this should not have been my problem. Whenever I do clean up and like reset the house into its original state, it feels like I'm giving my future self like a good head start to the coming week. Alright, now that we're done cleaning, there's one thing that I've been very excited about for North America in general is thrifting. I follow so many YouTubers that regularly go thrifting, and they find all of these cool pieces and they style them and they do all of this cool stuff. Now, I am not a fashionable person whatsoever, and I have never gone thrifting, but I really wanted to visit some thrift stores, you know. So there's a thrift store called Ava in downtown, and so we went there on this weekend, and it was quite overwhelming. I'm not gonna lie. It was such a big store and it was pretty well organized. There was a lot of stuff, but I didn't really understand how to go about buying the stuff. And also the jeans that I was wearing this particular day was extremely tight and extremely constricting, so I was not comfortable at all. But I had so much fun. It was such a nice place, and I was just having fun browsing. I had not seen so much mismatched clothing, because when you go to Zara or H&M or like all of these stores, the clothing is usually all matchy, like there's a color palette and everything kind of looks the same, just different vibes. But this was like a patchwork of so many different clothes and so many different styles and jackets, and there was just a lot. Anyways, just so that I don't come out of this experience with nothing, I decided to buy this necklace, and I think it looks good. Yeah, I think it was a nice find. Anyways, that evening we finally went for the syml concert, and it was inside a theater, so we were not really allowed to record or click pictures. But it was magical. Oh my god, the acoustics in this theater were amazing. And the jazz festival itself, there were so many stalls, there was so much food, there were like outside stages that you could just kind of stand at the back where you didn't need to pay to watch them, and it was kind of incredible. And there have been so many festivals this entire summer. I think there has been a festival every single weekend in Montreal. There have been multiple festivals in a weekend in Montreal, and sometimes I just feel like I have to go to it because that's what I came here for. I came here to enjoy all of these things, but I sometimes don't have the social battery or energy to always be out and about. Anyway, we'll figure it out.
She said life is just a symbol for the pain that you can get through, like a camel through the...
Today we are going to the botanical gardens with my friends, and so there's these plant sculptures that are all over Google Images when you Google Botanical Gardens Montreal. I really want to see that. It's so larger than life, and it'll be so exciting. And in general, it was pretty hot out yesterday, but today it's not that hot, so I'm hoping it'll just be kind of a picnicky, restful day, and we'll just kind of have fun. So we had a super fun day at the gardens, but sadly there were no plant sculptures. Apparently they've been moved out of the gardens a couple years back, but I think they're just so famous that it still comes up on Google search results, which is wild.
Hey Nabavi, how's your experience at the Jardin Botanique? Say what?
C'est très magnifique.
Perfect.
Anyway, it was a beautiful day. We walked a lot, we climbed some trees, we bought some flowers, and being here with my closest friends here in Montreal made me feel like a kid again, almost. And there's no way I would have met these people or developed these friendships without moving to Montreal. And that just goes to show how rewarding it can be to step out of your comfort zone, even if it's 1,000 miles away from a place that you've called home your entire life. And I think that's it. I'm going to end the vlog there. I know this vlog was a bit all over the place, but that's how my weekends are, not structured at all, and I'm just trying to fit in as many things as I can into them. Thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye.
Staring out the window, reaching for a North Star, waiting just to wake up from this nightmare where you could be right back in my arms, dancing to the limit.